It's the Mod Pod. Welcome back to the Mod Coffee Podcast. I'm your host, Ahmad Kofi. Today I'm here with a good friend, Liam. How you doing, man?
Good, how are you, bro?
I'm all right, just chilling, just enjoying the weekend. So, how's yours been?
Also good, bro. Hadn't done much with the church. Gotta do
Nice.
that, obviously. There you go.
Got you. I gotta catch up on a whole bunch of schoolwork. I'm not gonna lie, and then catch up on
Yeah,
sleep
me
too.
too.
Yeah,
Me too, bro.
but no. Earlier we were talking about a couple of topics, and something that came up was like taking the risk or lose the chance. I know you had a something to go with that. Do you want to go into that?
Yeah. I've been telling my friend this. You just gotta attack the opportunity when it's presented to you. Because, like, you can't let things linger. Like, it'll be in your head. You'll be like, bro, I want to do this. But, like, if you actually never do it, it's gonna eat you up inside. You'll never know if you don't try. Like, so my friend right now, he likes a girl. I've been trying to help him out with it. And every time he's telling me, he's like, bro, I want to do this. I'm like, just do it. Like, nothing's stopping you, bro. You're in a good position. Take that opportunity, take that risk. The only negative thing that can come out of this is if you just don't do it. You gotta do it, bro. Like,
Mm. No, I
even me,
agree.
like, I have a regret. Yeah, I have a regret from last year. Actually, a girl I liked back in sophomore year, she was sitting alone, and I was thinking about it. I was like, "Ooh, should I attack that opportunity?" Never did. I still regret it, bro. I still regret it every day. I'm like, I should have done that, bro. What am I doing?
So in the
It's gonna
future.
gonna make you mad.
mm,
So
in the
yeah.
future, would you like say that opportunity presented itself again? Would you go for that opportunity or would you just like lay back?
Oh yeah, I'd go for it because it's a thing of just pushing past that mental barrier that is set in your head, bro.
So now, what if it's like I think I talked about this with Adam, but what if it's one of those things where it's like, for say for example, it's your situation, right, where you like a girl, but the thing is, if you ask her instead of her just saying no, what if you get that screenshot group chat combo? Like what then? You know what I mean? Because
Then I feel like,
it's a
yeah,
real thing.
nah.
You know what I'm talking about? That's a real thing.
I mean, nah. I know what you mean. That's just something that if that happens, bro, honestly, I don't even know. Like,
Because I mean,
you just
at that
gotta
point, it's
think
like,
of ways to recover, bro. That's
oh,
just that's their problem. That's something you can't control. Something you talk about with Adam. Control what you can't control, bro. That's something you can't control. That's
mm,
something that they done, bro. That's on their part. That's gonna weigh on their conscience. That's not on yours. So you gotta forget that happened and do what you gotta do, bro. Stay focused, stay on your grind, bro. Stay on that path. That's all you gotta do, honestly. Because like, there's nothing you can do about that.
mm,
Sure, the embarrassment might come, but like, what embarrassment do you have when you were just trying, taking a risk, bro? The only
yeah.
embarrassment that you have is for friends laughing at you being stupid. Like that's them being dumb, bro.
Yeah, because at that
Honestly.
point, it's like a lot of the times people will make fun of you for something that they would never attempt or ever do. That's something that I've realized, especially like as I've gotten older and tried things and did certain things as well, is that people will laugh at you or make fun of you or say anything or whatever the case may be, just in general, just hating. Um, Especially when it's something that they would never try to do or never would like have the guts to do. Like for example, this podcast. Um, so like this is something I've been wanting to do for a while, like just having a podcast and just like being consistent with it. And now I'm beginning to get to that. I'm beginning to get to that point. Obviously, there's work to be done, but when I first started it and it was solo, right? It was just me doing it, right? I had a whole bunch of people being like, "Oh yeah, you can't do this. Why'd you make this episode? This, and that." Like, making fun of me, texting me, whatever the case may be, DMing me on the podcast account. Like, I'm like see initially I was like do I stop, but after that I was like let me just keep doing this, let's see what happens, right? And now I have a whole bunch of people asking me to be on the podcast. Even today I had two random people, I have no clue who they are, DM me on the podcast account asking me to be on the podcast. They're probably not going to get on, I'm not going to lie to you because I don't know who they are, but that just shows
Yeah.
like the dividends of the situation, like how much growth there's been and like how perseverance is going to help you through life and just in general.
Yeah, bro, definitely. Something I want to be for my career, bro. I want to be a famous musician now. Piano, make music, whatever it is, bro. Me and my friend, hopefully, if he can lock in and start doing stuff, hopefully I want to make music with him. But like something I was thinking about, bro. I was kind of bullied in fourth, fifth grade, sixth grade, even a little bit. And it kind of weighed on me, but it kind of caused me to try and be cool. So I used to be kind of an annoying kid. And like I've broken out of that. And now I think to myself, I'm like, bro, those people are just like stupid, bro. I can't be worrying about them. And also, like, same thing, it goes through my head. Like, if I become popular, bro, like, they're probably about to be like, yeah, bro, me and him were best friends back. Nah, get out of
It's
here,
always
bro.
like
No,
that,
you're
yeah.
not. It's
It's
always
always
like
like
that,
that.
bro. Definitely.
Whenever you gain some kind of like success in anything, whether it's major or minor, someone always wants a piece of that, even though like they cut you out of their lives
Exactly.
already.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. That's how it be, honestly.
It's
No,
always
I
like
like that. Even me, what's called making music or like you making this podcast, that can also tie into what we're talking about, taking a risk, bro.
that.
Because like again, you never know what's gonna happen if you don't take that risk, bro. You just gotta shoot your
Mhm.
shot, take the opportunity, bro. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Famous quote. It's like Steph Curry, bro. He's wide open for three. He's taking it 1 trillion% of the time, bro. He's never
Exactly.
not shooting that. Steph
Right.
Curry, bro. Like he's about to be like, bro, I'm shooting this, it's going in. You gotta have the confidence too, bro. That's also ties in. Steph Curry's never not gonna be like, oh, a 3-pointer. I don't know if I can make this, bro. Nah, you just gotta take the shot.
Yeah, I mean, when that opportunity presents itself, it's best to pounce on it. Now, this is something like for me that I got to do better at because I feel like I've had opportunities, but I wasn't confident enough to capitalize on those opportunities that I had, and I gotta like be more aware of it. Cause I feel like part of that, part of me was just wasn't aware that the opportunity was like sitting right in front of me, and a part of me just didn't want to take the risk as well. Because the chance was there, I just didn't take the risk. So it kind of goes back to that, like quote, take the risk or lose the chance. But now it's like as I'm getting older, becoming more mature, I'm seeing everything like a little bit slower now, and just in general, in life in general. I'm beginning to see like what I can do and what opportunities I can just take and what I should leave. Because sometimes you have opportunities to do things that you might want to leave. Because I think this is a common misconception is that you should take every opportunity that you get. And I think it depends on what it is because there's certain things you just want to stray away from. You know what I mean? Like, see, you have the opportunity to do something bad. Do you want to go and do that? Like, do you want to take the opportunity? Like, say, for example, it's like you're an athlete, right? And you're you're brought with the opportunity to go and do drugs or drink alcohol, smoke cigarettes or weed, whatever like that, get high or go to a party where it's gonna be like a whole bunch of people that are notorious for doing dumb things that could get you into jail, get you into trouble, make you lose your scholarship. If the opportunity presents itself, are you gonna pounce on the opportunity or are you gonna just leave it like away? Are you gonna just keep it there? You know what I mean? I guess it's just a matter of perspective in my opinion.
Exactly, bro. No, I like what you said about that. Yeah, you just gotta take the opportunity to get it, bro. Even like you were talking about, like if you don't take it, bro, it's like could weigh on you. That's something I also am trying to get better at in life, bro. Like I've had so many opportunities and I'm like, nah, I don't want to do that, bro. I'll be weird. I'll look stupid. It's not gonna go right. It's not gonna go in my favor, bro. So always gonna be those negative thoughts, bro. You're not gonna be able to get away from them. You're not gonna be walking in la la land every day, like, everything's great, everything's gonna go good for me, everything's positive, bro. The negative's gonna hit you at some point, bro. But something you want to do is just look the other way and do better.
I think that my fault, you said you're going.
No, 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 I'm good.
Um, I think that kind of goes in with like say you go and take the risk, right? And it's not all like sunshine and rainbows. It's not gonna always be like that. And negative thoughts are gonna happen, and they are gonna come to your mind. It's just human nature. Just thinking of the worst possibility. I feel like that's a survival tactic that was kind of like used and just built in us, just to prepare for the worst possible scenario. Um, but the thing is that it kind of sees what kind of character you are because pressure does make diamonds and having that I guess that mental pressure of am I gonna take this risk and keep persevering, you know what I mean? Or am I just gonna like leave it be and just give up and lose the chance? It kind of pressures you a little bit just to make a decision and to see what kind of character you are. Um, because your true character is revealed when you are being pressured in any kind of situation or any kind of scenario. And I think the main takeaway from this is going to be just keep going, keep persevering, and keep doing you. Trying to like block out, I guess, the negative thoughts, or trying to like change those or convert those negative thoughts into positive thoughts, because there is light at the end of the tunnel. At the end of the day, like that's how it is. Like it's gonna be dark for a while. Just give it some time. You'll see some light at the end.
Of course. That's something I struggled with back in like elementary, middle school, bro. I used to be a follower. Like my parents even used to say they were like afraid I would drink, I would do drugs, I would be one of the followers. I would do things that like they don't want me to do that, not many people would want to see me do.
Mm.
But like I broke out of that. And around like seventh, eighth grade, I realized I was like, I can't be a follower, bro. Like I gotta do my own thing. I gotta be my own person, bro. And even now, like I have depression. I'll be open about it. It doesn't matter. It's something that I struggle with a little bit, but I get past it. Even in school, sometimes it hits me really hard. Recently, I just had a day where I was just not having it, bro. But in my mind, I'm like, this is bad, but I know there's gonna be light at the end of this tunnel, bro. I know I can get past this. I know that I'll be better, and I
Mm.
can continue to do better by just thinking positively. Like I can't let that negative just overtake me every day, bro. Like I gotta build my character. I gotta be better. I gotta I gotta love people. I gotta do things to just be a positive person, like a positive influence. And I gotta be a person that people feel comfortable around. Like I want to be someone who people look at me and they're like, yeah, Liam, he's a great guy. I love that man. Or like,
Mm.
something like that. But yeah, I can't let things like that overtake you.
Do you
It's
think
always
that
positive.
do you think that having, I guess, everything's like laid out in like a schedule and having certain daily habits helps you with depression? Like just I guess self-improvement in general. Do you think that would help you in that aspect of depression?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like there's things that if I there's negative things I do that I'm like I shouldn't have done that. That guy can take me over, but like schedule wise, like yeah, bro, there's routines you could do. Like for me, I like walking, bro. Between 4 to 10, I've even walked like 14 miles in a day, bro. Because walking just helps me.
Dang.
It helps me like yeah, I know it was a crazy day for me. Helps me just like walk off my mind. It helps me like
Like a clear mind
I guess
kind of.
just like yeah, clear my mind. Even exercise too, bro. Because like weight was kind of a problem for me like a couple years ago. Like now I'm gonna go weight. Like now I'm building a lot of muscle, getting losing a lot of weight. But like there was a time where I was getting up there, and I was like, this ain't good, bro. I started walking. And that was fueling my depression, like my weight. And I was like, all right, I gotta start making a change. And walking really helps me. Walking is something that helps me. Talking with friends and just being open about things. Like the number one thing that helps me is like religious stuff.
Mm.
But like that may not help everyone. Walking may not help everyone, but that's just stuff that helps me. But like in a schedule, yeah, there's definitely things you can do, like daily activities that can help you with depression, like help it be better. And maybe you could just like make that go on your phone, open your notes up and like make a schedule.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, I guess to each his own because everybody's different. So I guess you have different ways of dealing with certain issues. Like for you, your way of dealing with depression is walking and things like that. Um, Whereas with somebody else, it might just be like, I don't know, socializing, just getting with the right people. And that kind of goes into my
Yeah,
next question
definitely.
where it's like, oh, I was gonna ask, do you think your depression derived from hanging with the wrong people, or is there something else to it?
Well, the number one thing is it's genetic in my family. Like every single person in my family's had it. My mom hasn't had it because it's on my dad's side. Like
Mm.
I think my grandfather had it. I never knew my grandfather. But I'm pretty sure he had it if I remember correctly. Everyone in my family's had it, and it's kind of just like been passed down. But like the thing with all of us is like we just get past it. And like for me, like you said, it just kind of stems from that, and it kind of stems from like the negativity, bro.
Mm.
Like negative thoughts I'll have and socializing helps me just like getting past it, but like honestly yeah, it's just negative things that happen during the day. Like it's nothing like the number one thing, like I said, is like risks and opportunities, like what we were just talking about at the beginning of this. Like if I don't take a chance or take an opportunity, that can fuel it a lot. Like that's one of the number one things that fuels my depression. But like most of the time, yeah, it's just a genetic thing and it'll like tear me down, but I get past it.
I feel like this could potentially help you, but like I said before, to each his own. So for me, this is something I started to do every single day and just take mental notes of. And I just have the message in my head constantly, win today. And it's just kind of like, or it's kind of just like me just taking a step, like a little step every day, step by step, just taking like minor wins because eventually all those minor wins are going to lead up to something big, whether it's mentally, physically, or spiritually. Just winning in anything, whether it's like going to bed on time, that's a win for me. You know what I mean? Waking up on time and waking up early, that's a win for me. Being consistent with my schedule and following my schedule, that's a win for me. Getting what I need to get done in my workout, that's a win for me. Like certain things like that. Just winning in little increments every single day, I feel like could potentially help you with depression. Obviously, like I said before, I said this already like multiple times. To each his own. Like it's not, it might not help you. It might work for me. I don't have depression, but it's just helping me like with my mental and just making sure like I'm secure with myself and it's built and just building that confidence like slowly and little by little.
Yeah. No, like you said, bro. Like an analogy I like to use about that, taking minor victories. Me and my friend actually, when we talk about it, we talk about the minor steps we take, the minor victories we get. Like same thing you were saying. But an analogy we like to use is like imagine you're climbing a mountain and there's just a whole thing of obstacles on top of it, bro. Like you call it, say it's Everest. Like why not? It's a
Okay.
giant mountain you're trying to climb, and there's a bunch of obstacles like the wind, the snow, temperatures. These are things that happen in your life that will tear you down. If you don't avoid them, they'll push you down the mountain further, which is when you're not taking the victory. But every victory you take is every step up this mountain. And the biggest victory you can get when you reach the top of this mountain is passing away pretty much at the end of your life, knowing you made a positive impact on the world and you did what you were supposed to do and that you were able to just take these victories every day until you pass away. But right now, obviously, hopefully, I have a lot of life left because I'm still 16. I'm trying to take these baby steps up this mountain of life. I'm trying to take these minor victories, and I'm hoping that other people can take these minor victories because it will help you in the long run of life. But if you continue to let these obstacles like attack you, you continue to not be able to avoid them, it will be negative at some point in your life, and it'll start to show, and you'll start to be like, "Why is this happening?" But it doesn't matter what age you're at, it doesn't matter when you want to change in your life. I mean, you can always change at some point in your life. You can always make a change and you can always take the victories. As long as, you're still taking these victories, as long as you're at the end of your life, you made at least positive impact. Something
I
like
feel like
that.
some people as well, instead of trying to take those minor victories or like those little baby steps or anything like that, of that matter, they try to take super large steps and try to cover a lot of ground at once when it really doesn't work. Because sometimes when you take those large steps, you skip a lot of the necessary things that you would need to gain that experience, and you miss out on a lot of that experience. So by the time you get to, I guess, a place that you want to be at, you might not have the necessary experience to actually act upon that. So it's essentially taking the wrong risk. It's like taking these large steps, right? Taking the risk of taking these large steps and skipping all these steps to where you are at your goal, but you can't pounce on the opportunity because now you don't have the experience or whatever you need or whatever luggage you need in order to, I guess, climb that mountain or be at the top of that mountain.
Yeah, definitely. And something another analogy I like to think about. I love analogies. I think it's like the best way you can get your thoughts out. Say you're like learning a song on an instrument, it could be a piano, guitar, don't doesn't matter. And you just want to get the song done. You want to be able to, if it's a fast song, say it's like Golden Hour, that really popular song by Viral. You want to learn that. It's a fast song. If you want to just be able to do it fast right off the jump, you're trying to take a major step. You weren't able to learn with the minor steps you were supposed to take. And I think yeah, I mean, learning is one of the biggest things in life, learning anything in life. Like, that's why teachers are there. That's why school's there. As much as we hate school, school is very important because school's going to teach you valuable life lessons. And I think it's important that we take these minor steps and we learn and we do better every day. And even like taking a self-evaluation, like, what could I have done better to learn? And even like negative things that can happen in life, like, you look at that and you're like, how can I make something like that better?
Hmm.
I mean, like stuff like that.
Something I want to add to that is it's kind of similar to how math is and how calculus was for me. And it's really just math in general because you can't just go like you can't get like a an eighth grader and just put them into calculus and then they're gonna know how to do calculus. Like if they just say you're in eighth grade and you take algebra one, right? And you try to put them in calculus, it's not going to work. Like they have to learn algebra 2 before they get to calculus. You know what I mean? And then it's best to go to pre-calc before you go to calculus because there are certain things that are in calculus, including algebra 2 as well, that you need in order to do the actual calculus. So it's best to do that. Take those little steps rather than just jump because sometimes when you take the jump without having the necessary experience, like I said before, you don't know what you're doing. You're just sitting there you're just sitting there in no man's land at that point.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I think like throwing, like you said, I actually really like that. That's something you gotta think about. You can't just throw like young kids into like crazy things that you should be learning when you're older. Yeah, that's something definitely like everyone should think about. Um, it happens for me every day, bro. Like there's little things that'll happen. Like I might get yelled at by my parents for not doing something if I don't do it on time, and then it'll weigh me down for the rest of the day. You can't let little things get to your head. You can't let most things get to your head. Like there's just things in life will just try and tear you down. If you let it linger, it's just gonna make you a bad person. Like even like grudges, bro. Like there's people I've had fallouts with in life and I've gotten in arguments with. And the number one thing I think I'm prideful about, like about myself, like pride is never the best thing, but like in like positive sense, like something that I'm glad I can do is that the fact that I don't hold grudges, like I'm able to drop it. And that's something I like to focus on. Like I can't be letting this linger. You just can't be caring too much about things. Like even in school, bro, if you do bad on a quiz and you're like, "Oh, I'm so stupid. I'm an idiot. What is wrong with me?" Nah, you're trying. You're doing better. You're gonna do better. As long as you put the effort in, you're gonna do better. So you can't really care that you didn't do good this time. You should look at the positive side of it and be like, "Dang, I didn't do good on that, but at least I tried." Or like, say if you're going for a job, you like a job interview and you're like getting ready for it. You're thinking about what you're gonna say at the interview. You go, you take the interview, and they're like, "Hey, sorry, we like the interview, but we found someone else." You can't be like, I'm so stupid because it could lead to something bad. Like a lot of suicide stems from stuff like that, from just caring way too much.
Mm.
And like that's a really sad thing. Like that spread awareness about that. But like something you should do is just like, oh, I tried. I did my best. But it's okay. I can do better next time. You can't really care too much. You gotta look at the positive side of things at all times.
Now something I learned after freshman year, really after freshman year, is that way to just let go, like, and not care too much. Because for me, I used to like, especially like with school and stuff like that. Just in my life in general, I used to be like really tense about everything. So. And then as I got older, I just learned to like let go and not care as much, not nearly as much. Like sometimes it's a little bad though, because say for example, it's like something like some minor assignment, right? Uh, I'll get like a 50 on the assignment, right? Or something like outrageous, right? And then all my classmates like, yo, how you get a 50? You dumb, this. I'm like, sometimes it's just because most of the time I get a 50. If I get a 50 on something, it's probably because I didn't study. Besides calculus, we don't talk about that. But nah, the thing is like
Crazy.
sometimes, bro, like when I get certain things or whatever happens, sometimes I just don't like. It's almost as if I don't care when I kind of do, but I kind of don't. If that makes any sense, it's kind of weird for me to explain it, but I just learned to just let go and just like or be content with whatever I have. Like it is what it is at that point. Because okay, I got a 50. It is what it is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing I can really do about that at that point. Like, it's in the grade book. What am I gonna do? Like, make the teacher change it? Like, there's nothing you can really do. Like, I don't know. That's kind of how I am feeling right now. Like, I just learned to let go. Just let like everything just like happen. You know what I mean? Obviously, take initiative with certain things, right? And take action, but just let it come to you. Just calm down, just like just go at your own pace essentially, and just go with the flow. Don't care too much about anything because eventually something's gonna be taken away from you. You care too much about one thing, that thing can be taken away from you. How are you gonna respond? That's kind of how I view a lot of things in life, especially now.
Yeah, definitely. And then obviously there's the things like you should care about, like your health,
Yeah,
mental, all that stuff. But like when it comes to like things that you think about too much, you care too much that are gonna tear you down, let go. Like letting go is one of the hardest things I think people struggle with nowadays. Like people who don't let go end up miserable. They end up hurting relationships. They end up just making their lives worse. Like something, a way to improve your life and everybody's life around you, just let go. That's something I think is one of the biggest things that people
So
should learn.
real
I still
quick,
struggle with it a little bit, but what's up?
real quick, right? Do you think that a lot of the, especially in our generation, because you did say that a lot of people are struggling with letting go, and I completely agree with that. Do you think a lot of that has to do with just how people are nowadays, like with in our generation, with like social media, always bringing something up from the past, like constantly? Do you think that has anything to do with it?
Definitely. I think social media is I wouldn't say evil, but like a lot of bad stems from social media. I mean, you go and you see something, you're like, oh no way, that's gotta be true. Or you see even people like you thought you were friends with, they'll be posting stuff without you. They're like, oh, this, that, and you're like, dang, I thought they were my friends. It kind of sucks, but you got to learn to not care because that's gonna destroy you. That's gonna tear you down. That's gonna make you think negatively, and you got to think positively, bro, at all times. You can't let stuff like that get to you. Like our generation, I definitely do think as generations come, I think it gets worse and worse with stuff like this. I think social media gets worse and worse. Like it may be funny for people to joke about like brain rot and crap like that, but that stuff is actually like bad for you, bro. Like
Bro, that
when you look at that,
I'll be
like
getting
stuff
so
stuff
mad.
like that, bro. Yeah, like it gets worse and worse. Like that and just like all kinds of stuff you see on social media, bro. You see that and you're just like, oh, this is so funny. Like, but it's not in like the grand scheme of things, bro. Like it's gonna get worse and worse. And as the generations come, we're gonna get dumber and dumber and when it should be the other way around. But like ultimately about caring, like you can't let things online. You can't let people get to your head, bro. You got to keep a strong, rock hard mental, bro. And you got to be able to just do better every day, honestly. Just caring about little things, caring about stuff that just will not matter in like a week or two, or even in like a year. It's like if you let that stay with you, it's going to matter at some point. It's going to hurt a relationship. It's going to hurt people. It's going to hurt you, most importantly. And yeah, honestly, it's the best thing I could say about that.
Something I also like learned, or this is not something I guess. No, I kind of just figured it out, or I kind of just made this up. Is like, how is this gonna affect me 5 years from now? You know what I mean? And then 10 years from now, 15 years from now. If it affects me, if something can affect me for 5 years, then that's something I probably shouldn't have done or anything like that. You know what I mean? So I kind of just think about it like, if is this gonna affect me 5 years from now? Is like for example like that, but going back to like me getting a 50 on some BS assignment, like something like Achieve or something, right? You know what I mean? Some Achieve 3000
Yeah.
assignment where it's just you just read and you click random questions and then it gives you some stupid grade, right? That
Yeah.
none
Yeah,
of the teachers mess with, mind you. None of the teachers mess with Achieve. So, um,
I know.
but yeah, say I get like a 50 on Achieve, right? Is that gonna affect me 5 years from now? Hell no. Like, what? No college is gonna be looking at an Achieve from 2025. Like, saying if I got a
Hey,
50, if I'm
bro.
gonna accept it or not. Like, no one's looking at that. Like, that's not gonna affect me five years from now. Now,
Harvard's not looking at Chiefs. No,
exactly. They know, bro. They probably even know what an
no
Achieve
college
is,
looking
bro. They
there,
probably
bro.
even know what that is. Yeah,
You
I'm
tell
gonna.
them Achieve, they're probably like, what is that?
Yeah, like, I hate
Crazy.
Achieve is top five worst things of all time, bro. I actually
Nah,
hate,
bro, I know. I hate Chief, bro. When my teacher's like, you gotta do Achieve, I'm like, bro, be
bro.
serious.
And then my bio teacher be making us do four of them a month, and she
Yeah,
really
bro.
don't, she really does not care about him. She does not care. We
I
just have
know.
to do them because it's required. I'm like, bro, like it's
Yeah,
annoying.
they suck. They suck.
I know. I'm a D1 achieve hater. Same with
Me too, bro.
what's it called? IXL. I don't mess with IXL, bro.
I
Or
never have to do IXL, bro, thankfully.
yeah, I don't mess with IXL, bro. IXL pissed me off, bro. And
Yeah, I
then
heard it sucks.
same with what's the other one? Newzella. Newzella is not nearly as bad. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really care about Newzella. Like it's easy, like so.
Yeah.
But
I never really do Nuzelle either, honestly,
how?
thankfully.
How?
I don't know. I don't know. My teacher just never gave it to me, brother. Like, they just give me a chief, bro. I get like my bio teacher's like, "Yo, four chiefs, you got that," and I'm like, "Bro, you kidding me?"
Yeah.
I mean, they're light if you just actually no, they ain't really light, bro. I don't feel like reading all that.
Yeah, no, because that is true though. No, because sometimes I'll read it, right? And then the questions make no sense. And I'll click the like I remember I was in history, I clicked the answer, right? Because keep in mind, I read the whole thing. I clicked the answer and it said incorrect. So I click another answer, it said incorrect. And And then I looked, I'm like, how is it any of the other answers?
Yeah,
Because
bro.
it made no sense. I was better. I was getting
Nah,
mad. I was
bro.
about to punch my laptop, bro. I was gonna rage over some stupid achieve at 9 a.m. in the morning, bro.
Yeah, no, me too, bro. It's even worse when it's like 11 in the morning. They're doing like 50 minutes and you're just not getting them right. You're like, bro, get out of here.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. I don't mess with achieve, bro. I'm gonna have to
Not me
make a
neither,
petition,
bro.
bro. I don't mess with them,
Not
bro.
me too, bro. Yeah, I'll co-sign, bro.
See
Got
less.
you.
All right. But yeah, nah, we are actually running out of time. We have like, well, I would say we have like a minute left. So, do you have anything
Oh,
else you
good.
want to add? Any last thoughts at all?
I mean, last thing I could say is, bro, be you. Don't change. For anyone who's watching this, just be yourself, bro. Don't be a follower. Uh, Make sure you're doing good in life. Keep your health up. Keep your mental up. Whenever something's going wrong, bro, if it's like something negative, there's always positive, bro. There's always something good at the end of the day, and your life is gonna be great. As long as you focus on yourself and you do what needs to be done in life, and you're a ray of sunshine for people, you're positive, you're loving, and you're just a great character, great person, and you continue to be that way, your life's gonna be great. That's how you should be.
Exactly. Listen to
All right,
Liam, bro. Trust. Listen to Liam. He got a good mind on him. But yeah, no, I don't really have
glad.
anything else. Liam, I appreciate you for being
Got
on
you.
here
Of
for real, for real.
course, thank you for having me, bro. I appreciate it. It was awesome.
Yeah, of course, man. All the links will be in the description below. The link to the podcast account for the Instagram will be down below. The podcast TikTok will be down below, and his social media will also be down below. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, just leave them down in the comment box below, and I'll catch you next time.